Alright, here we are. We are playing the Oricorio deck again. And I am still using the same deck that I was using in the last video. So if you want to check out the deck, then I recommend clicking on the icon so that you can go to the other video. And I played 2 games and I did not do live commentary, so I am doing a voiceover afterwards. But in both games I was against 2 very strong big EX cards, and this game is against a Charizard and the other game is against a Incineroar, and the Oricorio is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. As you can see, I have a Oricorio in the active spot. He does not have a Charizard yet, but he is going to evolve his Charmander into one very soon, and then he won't be able to do any damage anymore. And that's basically how this deck works, and why it is also a good counter to Charizard decks and Darkrai and Giratina, all those cards. So yeah, keeping that in mind, whenever you see people running Charmander deck a lot, then I would recommend playing Oricorio. The idea is basically that either you have Oricorio or a Magneton in the active spot, and then you try keep the Oricorio healed, so you have the potions and the nurse to heal your Oricorio, like I'm doing here. And then whenever he plays his rare candy, now he has a Charizard in the active spot, and he won't be able to kill my Oricorio. So you see here, he is going to put some energy on the Charizard, but that's not gonna do a lot, because I'm just dealing 50 damage a turn, and this guy does not have any damage for the Oricorio. He can swap out my Oricorio for the Magneton and maybe kill the Magneton like he's doing here, but that won't really matter since that only gives him 1 point, and if I don't play any other basic Pokemon besides Oricorio, he's not gonna get any other points. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just putting energy on Oricorio because, well, there isn't really a lot else to do. He is down to 50, but he heals up to 80, and then he uses another ability to get some more energy, and then we repeat that turn basically. I can play the other Oricorio since obviously he is not able to do damage to that one either. So yeah, I do that here. And then we move on, I do some damage, he heals it again, up to 90. He's probably looking for some kind of basic Pokemon, because he would love to kill with this Oricorio, but as you can see, it's not really happening. He is now down to 40 HP, but he heals again, up to 100 now. So we have to do another 50 damage. We do Professor's Research in case we have anything useful, but there isn't really anything useful in the deck anymore. So we do another 50, he's down to 50 HP, and he ends his turn, so we can win. And I think he concedes. Yep, there we go. So he concedes. And that's how we win this first game, and that's basically just how this deck plays. So yeah, then we move on to the second game, and this game is against a Incineroar deck. It went very similar to the last one. He played his Litten, and I have my Magnemite. I don't have a Oricorio yet in my hand, however I do have a Pokeball, and I have 2 Magnemites, so this Pokeball is guaranteed to give me a Oricorio. So let's see, there is the Oricorio, and we also have a Professor's Research, so we are using that one as well, just to draw some more cards. And We get some healing, that's nice. We get a cape, that's kinda healing. It's just giving another 20 HP to any Pokemon, that's basically it. And yeah, we play cape on both the Magnemite and the Oricorio. And then we just attack a little bit because, well, Litten is obviously not an EX card, so putting Oricorio in the active spot right now is not the best thing to do. So yeah, we wait basically, and we do take 30 damage as well, but we can evolve into a Magneton if we want. I might have needed to put the energy on the Magneton actually. Might have been better to have some energy on that with its ability, then it would have been at 3. But honestly, it doesn't really matter that much because next turn I would be able to put 2 energy on Magneton anyways and attack. So yeah, I put one on Oricorio just in case, so that another energy on Oricorio will have, then he will have 2, so that he can attack if he want to. And as you can see, I will be swapping out, I think, to the Oricorio just because he put his Incineroar in the active spot. So we draw another Oricorio, we play Volt Charge on Magneton and we retreat it. And then we play the other energy on Oricorio to do 50. I do this because it doesn't give him a free point that way. Otherwise we would have done 60 damage with Magneton. Now he is forced to play a Cyrus in order to actually knock out my Magneton here. We are forced to flip. I get a heads, but it doesn't matter. The Magneton is still dead. So yeah, we go to Oricorio again. Now the annoying thing when you play Oricorio against a Incineroar deck is that the Incineroar actually deals damage, because he can cause a burn which does 20 damage every turn basically. So that's the annoying thing about it. Here we kill the Litten, so now he only has the Incineroar left. So we place it, and as you will see, he will only use Fire Fang because it causes the opponent's active Pokemon to be burned. And as you can see, Oricorio does take burn damage. So Incineroar decks are actually a little bit stronger against Oricorio decks than the Charizard variant. Both decks are kind of similar in how they function, but the Incineroar deck is actually able to deal at least a little bit of damage to Oricorio. It's only 20 per turn, but obviously that's his turn and my turn. Unless I flip heads, which I am not doing here. So this Oricorio, I'm healing it here, because otherwise he would be able to put the burn on the other Oricorio that's in my bench right now. So I wanted to prevent that by actually healing the active Oricorio here so that it can survive at least one turn. And I actually recover from the burn. Doesn't really do a lot here, but it's still something. And okay, there we go, he heals for 60. So he's up to 110 HP now. Which means that we will have to survive at least 2 turns, which is totally doable. My Oricorio still has 70 HP, so that would be 4 turns at least. So here we go. We get a Pokeball. We can play it, but there isn't really anything we can draw anymore. And then we deal 50. So we have 60 HP left. It's an unfortunate number, because it does take us 2 more turns to kill this Incineroar. But he is giving me some healing, so that's really nice. By playing Mars, he gave me a potion in the hand, and I also flip heads, so the burn effect is gone. So that's really good. Now here we can play Professor Research, maybe get some more healing if we can. Sadly we don't get any, but we can still heal it for the 20 to up to 70 HP again, so it's full HP again. And then we use Zap for the 50 damage, and he is only at 10. Okay, pretty good. He plays Fire Fang again, burns for 20, and obviously I only have to attack now and then I win. He only has 10 HP left. So here we go, he concedes, and that's a second win against fire types. So this deck is pretty good. I like playing it actually. If you want to see more of this stuff, then you can click on the ranked playlist. If you want to be up to date to things, then please subscribe and like the videos. Thank you for watching.